All right, guys, you got this. Let's go. Gun right, triple E. Close, let's go. On one, on one.
Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pickin' with HuddleGG, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about a very controversial golden ticket with the left tackle, Patrick Paul. For those of you that don't know, this is a card, the 72 overall Patrick Paul, that we actually released a play on earlier this year that we could utilize his speed to actually get wide open and throw him the ball down the field. And we are going to show you that exact play today. But we did want to talk about the card itself. Somebody in our community actually did pull a golden ticket this year, and they wanted to create a Patrick Paul golden ticket, and they asked if we would help them design it. So we had the privilege of helping, again, one of the members in our community build this card. And there's a lot of controversy about this card right now, and the main reason is because of his speed. So again, if we look at his ratings here, his speed is 57. In terms of him just being a left tackle, speed is overrated at left tackle because of the animations that are in this game right now. If your left tackle is too fast, he will back up too quickly, which allows a free rush from that left of screen edge rusher. We do not want that, so we actually prefer a little bit slower of a left tackle. We do like more speed on the interior guys because they're also pulling blocks on base and power and things like that. But your left tackle, again, we want to make sure that he can secure that back edge. And again, actually a little bit slower does help us here. But let's look at the abilities we're rocking with him. The first three are baked on: Secure Protector, Vanguard, and Threat Detector. And then these ones are your preference. You can see the ones that I'm running right now are going to be Linchpin, All Day, Post Up, and Nasty Streak, which all have to do with obviously blocking. And then these last two are going to be more so when we throw him the ball. So we do have Tank and we have Spin Cycle on him. You do have other options in here in these final two buckets. Again, these final two buckets are designed more for getting him the ball in the open field. Again, it's June, it's Madden, we're having fun, but you can always change these over here as well with these other blocking abilities. I would recommend going Post Up, All Day, and Nasty Streak. The last one here, Linchpin, you could always go Omniscient if you wanted Identifier. You could go Polar Elite. You could go one of those if you'd like as well. But I would recommend the ones that I have here. But again, that's completely up to you. But with that being said, let's dive into how and why we can make this card work in Madden, even in June, even throwing the ball to somebody who has 57 speed. The play that we're going to be going over today is found in the bunch Y flex formation, and the play call is motion inside post. Now, this is a route combination that you could create in other formations, but we really like this play because of the stock routes around it. First of all, you do have that slot fade to the tight end, which is where we're going to put Patrick Paul. You're going to have the RB on that unique post, and then the B on the return. And this running back route is not one to be slept on. It does a really good job at getting open quickly to the flat. But what we want to do for our setup, it's very simple. We're going to align Patrick Paul to the short side of the field, and then we're going to custom stem the A all the way down the field to essentially create a streak with that player to push back the deep zone defenders. Now, if you want, you can block your running back for extra protection. That is up to you, but this is going to be something that we can utilize against all types of zone coverage, whether it's cover 4, cover 3, cover 2. We are going to be able to throw the ball to Patrick Paul. And again, we do have other routes on the field just in case they do cover it that we can check down to, or again, look to go to that post or that return route there. But what we're going to do, we're going to say hike. We're going to run this. We're going to make the throw. We're going to go into replay to show you why we designed it this way and why it works the way that it does. So we are just going to buy our time in the pocket. And you can see there that we just have that perfect area between the defenders to throw the ball and get him open down the field. So if we go to the replay here real quick, what I want you to see is look how much faster Cooks is here than Patrick Paul, right? So if we have, and I'll show it with a normal tight end as well, but if we had a normal tight end here, this play is not going to work nearly the same because our tight end would get down the field entirely too quickly. Okay, so that's the reason why we left him at the 57 speed number, is because we wanted him to be a lot slower than our receiver, so the receiver can push back these two deep defenders, as you see he does here. And it's really important we run it to the short side of the field to get this outside quarter or outside third pushed down the field as well. And as soon as he clears the flat defender, you're going to be able to throw this right in this pocket. Again, if it's cover 3 or cover 4, I would look to possession catch it a little bit more. We'll show you what it'll look like against cover 2. But again, you can see here against cover 4, cover 3, there's this really nice pocket in between the defenders, and it is created because of the speed difference between our receiver and this player that we're throwing it to. Now, you can't just throw this to any left tackle in the game because most of them have really poor catching, and if they don't have good catching attributes, they're not going to be able to come down with the ball. You don't even need to hit them. They'll just drop the ball in general. But if we do come out in a cover 2 here, right, and you see, again, cover 2 is going to be another coverage we can run this against. This is going to be something where we can sometimes actually rack this down the field, depending on how close that safety is. But as soon as he clears that flat defender, that's the key in all of these zone coverages. Again, as soon as he clears that flat defender, we're going to throw that ball right there, and you can see we're able to catch that on the run, get ourselves some extra yards. That's why we have tank on him. That's why we have spin cycle, to be able to actually have fun and do some things after the catch. But if you pay attention here, look at the speed difference between these players. Look how far down our streak is down the field to push back those deep zones, and that just opens up this pocket on the sideline for our Patrick Paul card. Let me put in a normal tight end here real quick, just to show you that the separation will not happen, and this isn't a throw that you could make down the field. So if we just put in a normal tight end, and we come back out in the cover 4, which is what we ran the first rep, right? And we custom stem this all the way down the field. Let's block our running back. Again, we're going to say hike, get that guy in the auto motion. This is not going to be nearly as effective because of the separation difference between these guys. You can see there's no separation. So, I mean, we could try to jump aggressive, catch that on the sideline, but he gets down the field way too quickly for this route concept to work. As you can see, he's running pretty much stride for stride with our streak, whereas at this point, Patrick Paul would have been right about here. And again, just slowly leaking into this area of the zone that's vulnerable, which is the reason why we had him with such low speed, so he can get to those vulnerable areas of the zone. But like I said, even if you just use him as a left tackle, having a little bit slower of a left tackle is actually better right now due to the animations that left tackles get in your traditional dropbacks. So whatever you do, make sure you get this Patrick Paul on the field for your team, whether it's at left tackle or whether you throw him in at times at tight end and get that big man the ball down the field.